Hi, this is Don from iRise. In this video, I'm going to discuss a concept that can be a very important part of creating interactivity. That concept is views, which are also known as view stacks. So the natural first question is, what is a view stack? Well, you can imagine a view stack being like a stack of cards, with only one card appearing at a time. Of course, instead of a stack of cards, in this case, it's a stack of iRise widgets. Now, the power of view stacks is that you can change which view in the stack is visible, which effectively changes the state of the widget. You can change which view is showing using an action, like a button click or a swipe, or you can set up rules and conditions. You can create a view stack for just about any widget in iRise. A text widget, an image, a shape or a container. You can even create them for tables or form elements. So now let's talk about the process of creating view stacks. To create a view stack, you can either right-click on a widget and choose Add View, or you can select the widget in the outline panel, right-click on it there and do the same thing. Once you've added the view, you'll be able to tell that it's switched over to a view stack because it will have these number indicators at the bottom, and you'll also be able to see multiple views in the outline panel. So once you've created the view stack, you can now begin editing each individual view. So this seems like a good point to start digging in and creating a few examples. So the first thing I'll do is drop an image on the page, and then I'm going to right click and choose Add View. You can see down at the bottom here we now have a view stack. However, both of the views are exactly the same, and that's because when you add a view, iRise clones the previous view and provides that as a starting point. So I'll double click the image and replace it. And now we've got two different views. And if we take a quick look at the outline panel, you'll see your two views, and they're named using the name of the image. Now let's add some text to the page that we'll use to control the views. So now we'll add actions to each one of these text widgets and show you how to control views. So for the trigger, we're going to leave click. And then for the action, under visibility, you'll find switch views. And that's what we're going to want to select. Click the next button. Now if we click select views, you'll see that your cursor turns into a target icon. And here we're going to click on the view that we want to control. And once we do that, you'll see that that drop down will now show all the views in that view stack. And we can select an individual view like the money or the advisor's JPEG. Or we also have some other options that include things like automatically cycling to the next view in the view stack or the previous view, which can be very helpful in certain situations. But since we selected the money text widget for this action, we're going to select the money JPEG. And let's add a transition. For this one, why don't we just fade it out? And then let's do the same thing for the advisor's text widget. So we're going to select switch views. Select the view stack again. And instead of money, we're going to select advisors. Let's add an effect to this as well. Let's use the push transition. And we're going to do up for hide, down for show. And then we're done. So now if we go ahead and simulate this page, we can click advisors and we'll see that that will use the push transition. And then money is using the fade transition. So that's a nice simple example of how you can use views in iRise. So now why don't we look at some other examples so you can get a better idea of the type of things you can do in iRise with views. Now at the bottom of this page, I set up a container, and this has got 4 different views with dummy content for a slider. And then what I did was I added actions to the left and the right button to either switch to next view or switch to previous view. And if we simulate this page, you'll see that we have a nice little prototype slider. So what I did here is I wanted to prototype the ability to favorite a story. So I created a view with an on and an off state. So basically created 2 different star icons. And then when you click them, it cycles back and forth. That's a nice, simple, but effective use of views, I think. So in this example, we had 3 different representations of a graph that we wanted to be able to cycle through. So I created a view stack with 3 views. And then when you click on each icon, you'll see that it cycles through them. And then I wanted to take it one step further. And for this pie chart, I created 3 images, each with a different section of it extended. And then when you click on a hotspot over that section, it switches the view and shows that image. In this example, I created a view stack below here with 3 views, and I hooked it up to this slider. So when you cycle through, it moves to the appropriate view. This is a mobile onboarding screen. You can see here on this one, I actually animated some images as you scroll through. So hopefully that gives you a nice introduction to view stacks. In the next few videos on this topic, I'm going to walk you through creating a few more complex examples, including using rules and conditions to control your views. Thanks for watching, and take care.